Madam
Order,
Speaker.
please. Order. I've called the Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Madam Speaker, there are times both in our country and other countries when one hears the address or speech of a new leader, and it's elevating and exciting and stunning and it's charismatic. I didn't say I was about to deliver one, but thanks very much. When a new leader rises on the scene, as he's charismatic, he's exciting, he's elevating, he makes stunning, coherent addresses, but alas, what we heard today to be the punchline was not one of them. That's the punchline. Madam Speaker, there'll be many members in this Parliament who are happy to see the end of 2006. But New Zealand First is not one of those parties. After all, in 2006, we got a whole lot of things done while some people just talked. And whilst they talked, we acted. And we did for our supporters what we promised to do. And my challenge to the cacophony of sound over here is tell me, in the last 7 years, just what you have done. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Just not 10 things, not 5 things. Look, changing your leader 4 times and the deputy 5 times is not regarded as a public achievement. So name one thing. I can't hear you. You see, some act, some promise, and some deliver.
No, order, please, with the member just disputed. I know this is a vigorous debate, but some of us are missing the more witty bits of it. So if you would please like to lower the objection, please.
Madam Speaker, 2006 was an enormously challenging year, but sadly one of the dirtiest politically in New Zealand's history. That is for sure. And if you look in the mirror, you'll know why. You'll know why. I want to make this very clear. Petty politicking sunk to a new low in New Zealand and exhibited a divisive ugliness which was most unbecoming of both Parliament and parliamentarians, and where I got the email from didn't matter. It was what was on them. It's what they said. And they screamed banality, deceit, hollow men and hollow women. Last year, the politics was witless, it was often venal, it was self-ingratiating and unparliamentary in the extreme. But we're back, ready to begin 2007 with renewed purpose and with a sense of humour. After all, it's tragic to see what I just saw. Someone discover that New Zealand had some poor people. That New Zealand had an underclass. You know, when they first brought out the kind of rubbish they did circa December 1990 in Ruth Richardson's mini-budget, they were all told that, and right in the front bench, I see them all now. I even hear and remember Building was saying to me, but Winston, what if it all works? Well, it could and never would work. And it won't work if you try it again. And that's what the hollow men disclosed was their venal secret purpose. Oh, here we go, here we go. You see, leaving that party was a badge of honour. Ask my friend from Ashburton. I mean, one guy gets a cigar, puffs smoke into a woman's face, gets a right-hander, and he's still where he is. And the other guy got up in the caucus and asked a question, a simple question of the leader, and he's done something unforgivable. Why would that be? Pray tell me, why would somebody asking an honest, straightforward, and as it happens, correct question, be so badly, sadly hounded by his party? Well, it made John Keys the leader. Is he saying thank you? Is he restoring him? Now, come on. Yeah, what sort of leadership is that? A guy raises the most serious of questions. Oh, you'll find that echoes legion by the time the next 2 years is out. Madam Speaker, we've got much to look forward to. The Labour Party began the year talking about sustainability, and I am pleased about that. And the National Party found a leader who woke up and discovered that New Zealand had an underclass. Where has he been these last 22 years? Where has he been these last 2 years of the great economic experiment begun by Douglas and finished by Richardson? And he talks about turning the economy around merely by tax cuts. How shallow is that? Which economist in the world believes that that will fix it? Which New Zealand economy, for a start, believes that that is the prescription for New Zealand's economic solution? New Zealand First believes in climate change, economic climate change and social climate change, and that's what we asked this Parliament in 2007 to begin for a long time, for the first time, to deliver. You see, John Key's biggest challenge is to restore some backbone to National and leave the hollow men to fade away, and women, into history where they belong. Well, look, I'm going to give the guy a fair go. I always believe when a new leader turns up, no matter what the limitations, give them a chance. They might just grow into the job. And that's the approach of New Zealand First. We've always been that way. Generous to a fault. But what worries me is that surrounding John Key are all the same old faces, all in the same old places, all believe in the same old tried and failed policies, with the same financial backers. I saw in the hollow men more than I had in my emails, and I was truly, over Christmas, astonished. In fact, I had a very restless Christmas because of it. It's true. I didn't destroy the hollow men because it was more expensive than the emails I had. Mind you, since then I've got new ones. And you know what they tell me? That sadly, in a political environment where a strong opposition is necessary, as we have tried to deliver year after year and successfully, that in this Parliament where there are so many numbers who are meant to provide that strong opposition, they are deeply riven and divided. Oh, yes, they are. Oh, yes, they are. Echoing sadly, reverberating out of those emails are the kind of personal squabbles which we thought they might, with a new leader, have got past. But, oh no, they have not. I mean, take Mr. Lockwood Smith. Take Mr. Lockwood Smith. What do they say in these emails about Lockwood Smith and his political machinations? Oh, he's not saying too much now, is he? Not a mutter, not a murmur, not a syllable, not a sound. Not saying too much now. Or Murray McCully, where's he? And others. They've probably got 3 teams now. And it's not fair on the New Zealand public, because the New Zealand public needs a strong, coherent opposition. And how can they possibly have that behind Mr. Key when he is surrounded with all the same old names like Ryle and Smith and Williamson and McCully, all these neo-liberals of the past, who after 22 years of economic failure, well, he resents it because he doesn't understand what it means. He resents it because he doesn't understand what the word neoliberal means. I know he resembles it, but he shouldn't resent it. But the plain fact is, Madam Speaker, that when you have the same financial backers, the same puppeteers, it is very likely, unless you've got an awfully strong, dynamic leader, that that's what the policy being secretly put together will finally reflect if they ever got power. And New Zealand deserves better than that. Madam Speaker, we can see after 22 years the Reserve Bank Act is a failure. Right now we've got some of the highest commodity prices of all time. And yet that dollar, that high